Looks like this is it. Amazing. You're twice the hero I ever was, or could have been. Our forces can't keep going from here. We're stretched too thin, and we've lost too much. Sidon and I will hold the gate for you as long as we can. But Bale is nearly deserted. Head in, face Gadflow, end this. Not at all. You just get moving and put an end to Gadflow while you can. Do that, and I predict our future involves sharing drinks and war stories around a cozy fire. Trust me, I'm a Fate Weaver.
They already licked. Oh, no real harm done. You two are gonna pay for making a mistake. Oh, wait,
Another victory!
Can I just say one thing in our defense? What? Get them!
My deepest apologies for not being able to join the battle. Ventrinia was something of a hassle. Waiting for you, of course, and cleaning up. Ventrinio attacked me. If it's any comfort, he didn't suffer. The closer we got to Bale, the more obsessed he became with Tiernok, and with harnessing Tiernok's power, just like Gadflow did. That's why he had to be stopped, and why we need to talk about our mission. Betrayed you? Never! You forgot the mission when you died. We're running out of time. I'll explain as we go. Lead on. I'm right behind you. This is no time to dawdle. You're the one who stepped forward to stop Gadflow and the source of his power, even though fate said you were doomed to fail. This time, fate cannot control you, but I expect you to succeed. Lead on. I'm right behind you.
The winter court was still as fallen snow as the jester danced and capered. Juggling knives and torches, he sang to his lords and ladies, but none smiled. Not an eyebrow raised as the sniveling jester imitated the king, not even when he took the crown from his head. Because this was the day that Gadflow murdered the winter court. This was the day the Tuatha were born, and our people became
Fighting at your side, just like the old days, before you died.
This ends now! Dusty!
This is no time to dawdle. Lead on. I'm right behind you. This is no time to dawdle. Lead on. I'm right behind you.
Since the alabaster wall was young, the beautiful bone-white forest was a place of peace and meditation. No piercing birdsong nor heated word could find its way between the branches. Quiet thought prevailed until Gadflow shattered our land. The two officers
I smell the stink of murder blast. No more do.
And Tiernock's Prismere spires rose up to consume what remained. Now the forest is shattered, and screams of warfare fill its bowels.
You and I carry on a duty that has been fulfilled for centuries. We, the ancient beast, must stay sealed away at any cost. The world must never realize the terrible power Tiernock offers.
When the Tuatha claimed dominance over us, heroes arose to defend winter. Gadflow laughed at their challenge and called up Tiernock's wrath. In a second, our most loyal heroes were impaled by Prismere spires. Our heroes, never to be succumbed to Gadflow's madness.
When Gadflow's army arose, we recognized Tiernock's tainted influence. Only a force like her could warp eternal creatures like the Fae. So you came to infiltrate Alabastra, find Tiernock, and seal her away forever. And you used Ventrinio to get in, under the guise of no more delays! No more delays. If you couldn't stop Tiernock, she would use her pawns to fully escape her prison, and the world would be her new plaything. You had to try, even though the Fate Weaver said you were doomed. No more delays. This is your end.
In happier times, the winter court would come here to bathe in the colours of the midnight gardens. Night violets and pale moonflowers blossomed on a field of bluest grass studded with frost.
Arduous, muddy, dirty, legal battle that ensued after this game's launch. Let's get into exactly what happened. This information comes from GameRant.com, also linked in the description down below. Eventually, 38 Studios was forced to lay off all of its staff, including developer Big Huge Games. The problems would not stop there, however, as 38 Studios was well behind with loan payments to the state of Rhode Island's Economic Development Corporation. The EDC took 38 Studios, or what remained of it, to court, stating that 38 Studios failed to inform the EDC of the likelihood that Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning would be a financial failure. Now, at this point in time, a settlement has been agreed to. Kingdoms of Amalur, in order for it to be fully funded, needed a huge loan. And I'm imagining that the sales pitch that Kurt Schilling and company gave was that this is going to be the next big thing. There's a complete guarantee of that. They had to be very affirmative of that to convince someone to loan them $75 million. A judge has awarded a partial settlement of $12.5 million in the case against 38 Studios in response to the $75 million loan the company received. This follows on from a previous case against the developer, which resulted in a settlement of $4.4 million. There is apparently more to come as well, continuing the bad news for former Red Sox pitcher Kurt Schilling, who owned 38 Studios. Schilling used $50 million of his own funds alongside the $75 million loan and put together a strong team to help bring Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning to store shelves. The game's lore was written by veteran fantasy Arthur R.A. Salvatore, while Spawn creator Todd McFarlane was responsible for the artwork. The end result, although not a classic, is seen as an underappreciated gem of the last console generation with a rich world to explore. Yes, a baseball star, a really good pitcher at that, managed to sink most of his career earnings into a video game studio that ended up collapsing, and not only that, they didn't make a bad game. Here are some comments from Kurt, still from GameRant.com. The employees got blindsided. They have every right to be upset. I always told everybody if something were going to happen, you're going to have a month or two of lead time, and I bombed on that one in epic fashion. It's kind of surreal. 60 days, 75 days. It's crushing and devastating to see it fail the way it did. I put everything in my name in this company. I believed in it. I believed in what we built. I never took a penny in salary. I never took a penny for anything. Schilling earned $114 million during his 19-year MLB career, and though unreported, undoubtedly earned a good salary as a baseball analyst for sports behemoth ESPN. And at that point in time, he was on a leave of absence from ESPN. Now you can understand the reputation Kingdoms of Amalur had. A hidden gem, underappreciated by a lot of gamers, and the big story with it is this lawsuit and how the world just came crumbling down around Kurt Schilling, 38 Studios, and Big Huge Games. With THQ Nordic buying the IP, there is a chance at life. Admittedly, some of you may remember older videos this year. I was playing Kingdoms of Amalur, but what stopped me? I thought to myself, is there a future in this IP? I love this game, but what's the point of investing 40, 50 hours in this game if I know nothing will be like it, there will be no continuation of it? Now there is a chance. I wouldn't even say a chance, it's almost confirmed. Why would a company buy a game series to do nothing with it? Do keep in mind, THQ also bought Project Copernicus. Now you may not be familiar with that, but it is the MMO continuation for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. It was exactly what fans such as myself wanted. More of this beautiful, engaging, lovely world. It was set to be a direct competitor to something along the lines of World of Warcraft, which I know is hard to imagine now considering the fact that World of Warcraft just had a very successful DLC launch, but it's amazing to think of how things could be different. And I do wonder if a lot of the folks who got worked over at 38 Studios and Big Huge Games are breathing a sigh of relief right now, that their work is once again being celebrated for the right reasons. It's awesome it's back. It's awesome to see the potential in it. I don't know which direction THQ wants to go with it. Are they going to bring back Kingdoms of Amalur for consoles and PC with a definitive edition and then bring back the MMO to continue the series? Or will they make a sequel in general that is not an MMO for Kingdoms of Amalur? The opportunities are exciting. Meter on the left side. It didn't feel too button mashed.
gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Day of Reckoning. It's really what it says on the tin, honestly. It's a day of reckoning. Of Kingdoms of Amalur reckoning, specifically. That's what it is. There you go. Explained. Done. Completely sorted out. No confusion. Stay there. I want dramatic music in the background, damn it. No confusion whatsoever. Okay, so this event's going to be going on all day. This event is sanctioned by 38 studios. The guy...
Hey guys, it's Josh. Welcome back. So this video is going to be really short, and it's going to explain what just happened.
Face your doom.
I'm sure you realize that this is not where the last.
When I found you in Dallin, when I saw you come back to life, I wasn't sure how much you remembered. This is your end.
Like right near like Edmonton here, following the drunken state beaver. Yeah, so I did 2.5 hours of gameplay, and don't worry, that was now question, which essentially what it was I went down, killed some stuff, and then he was like, oh, this is the Fate Stone, and then I touched it, and I guess, like, I broke his stone, like, a super awesome powers.
I'm mortal.
And then I did a couple like elf quests. I started this little elf faction quest. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. Maybe the side quests are crap, the MMO stuff, like, you know, kill 15 whatever bears or something. But the faction quests actually kind of give a little bit of story and kind of help along with the main quest. Which I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do the whole side quest. I'm just going to focus on main and factions. And that's pretty much what I did with this elfy faction thing here.
This will be paid for.
Oh.
I'm going to gun you.
When I saw you could change fate, I knew you were our only choice. So I helped you continue your mission to stop Tiernok, even if you had forgotten it. But over time, I realized you weren't the same man you were when you died. You were more. You were better than the heartless commander I had known. This is no time to dawdle. Lead on. I'm right behind you. This must have been a lot for you to take in at once. But I need you to be clear on who you are and what you need to do. A lot has changed since you were here last. It isn't going to be as easy this time. And last time it killed you. Oh, she's a creature with incredible power. A dragon. But she's no simple lizard in some child's tale. She has a power rivaled only by the gods. Thousands of years ago, the ancient Alpha sealed her in the Amethyst between this world and the world of magic. And there she went mad. As her prison weakened over time, she was able to tempt Gadflow into helping her gain enough power to break free. And if she escapes fully, it will mean the end of all mortal life. Tiernok's revenge for tens of thousands of years of imprisonment. That's why people like you and I have dedicated our lives to keeping Tiernok secret from the world. We were supposed to keep Tiernok hidden from the world. Anyone who learned too much had to die. But when Gadflow found her, you were the one who volunteered to kill him and seal Tiernok away once more, even though you were fated to fail. It took every trick we had to get you here the first time, and you still died. I don't know if you plan to be resurrected, but knowing you, I wouldn't be surprised. Everyone who knows the truth of Tiernok will be dead, and Tiernok will be sealed away once again. We can return to our duty of keeping the knowledge secret. assuming that's the life you want to return to. But if you refuse, then I'd have to make sure you never tell the truth about Tiernok. Of course, I'd rather it didn't come to that. But you would have done the same. Ha! I have more important things to do than love. And so do you. But I do trust you with the fate of my world. It may not set your heart aflutter to hear it, but it'll have to do. Lead on. I'm right behind you. This is no time to dawdle. Lead on.
You don't understand, do you? The power of Tiernok. Yes! Return to crumble, child of dust! Crumble, child of dust! Lend me your power!
Pathetic.
Crumble, child of dust!
This is your end. No more delays.
Crumble, child of dust!
This is your end.
Crumble, child of dust!
An illusion. Something's not right. If Gadflow isn't here, then he must be hiding further underground, someplace closer to the source of the Prismere. Definitely. The war's not over yet. Whatever bargain Gadflow made with Tiernok, it's about to pay off. When that happens, the world will not be spared her wrath. She's imprisoned deep in the Amathin, but Gadflow's war has weakened her bonds. There's no time to spare. If she gets free, our world is lost. This way. Tiernok is held captive deep in the Amathin, but her prison is weakening by the moment.
I feel you here again. Full of life, full of fate. What have you brought? What have you brought?
I can feel Tiernok's eyes upon us.
You've used your power well. So much. Let's have a taste, shall we? Let's have a taste, shall we?
She just tore out a part of the fates you've stolen and turned it against you. Perhaps it is not inaccurate to think of her as a god.
I have been imprisoned here since before your kind emerged from the north. Now, my freedom draws near. My freedom draws near.
We cannot let Gadflow free Ternok.
Godflow's prayers we got, but he is not the one who set me free. Set me free.
No more delays. Pathetic. Don't listen. You're the only one who has the power to stop her. Only you have the power to reseal Ternok inside the Amethyst. I must keep the secret of her existence from the world. Once Ternok is pushed back into her prison, these caverns must be sealed. But that leaves one question. Can I trust you to keep Ternok secret? There are things in this world that must remain hidden. If the power of the dragons were widely known, well, you've seen what has happened here. Gadflow tapped a fraction of her power. He upset the great cycle of the Fae and waged a genocidal war on the young races. Just coming in contact with her power managed to free you from fate's bonds. And if you can turn that freedom against her, she will have no power over Amalur. Nothing like you has ever existed before. As always, there's no way of knowing your future. If you're victorious, it may be the last time you change the fate of the world. Even if you fall back into fate's weave once her influence is gone from this world, it will be a far better fate than what Ternok's emergence would bring. Freedom to the end, is it? If fate can't control you, I don't see how I could. If you do escape, I will be watching you. And know this. Anyone who learns the truth of what happens here, I will silence myself. Go. Stop Ternok from fully entering this world. But remember, my blades will always be at your back. Let's go. There's no turning back now. This is a time for action, not words. This way. This is a time for action, not words. Nothing in the world is fated to stop Tiernok. That's why you're the only one who has a chance. I'm just here to make sure you take it. Let's go.
Come, Fate Weaver. Bring me your power. Sacrifice yourself and seal the fate of your world. Seal the fate of your world.
It's time to choose your fate. Amathin lies beyond. This is where the dragon will breach the veil.
Come forward, mortals. Behold the birth of Tiernok. Attend your final hour.
My fate does not lie beyond those doors. You alone may change what is to come. Go!
Ah, yes. Welcome back, mortal. How does it feel, I wonder, to return to this place? Does the pain of your death still linger? Can you feel it echo through the air? And now, in this place, you shall witness the birth of Tiernok, the destruction of the Alpha, and the dawn of the endless winter. Oh, yes, she comes. Tiernok the powerful, Tiernok the merciful. Qualla fella Tiernok, qualla sera Tiernok. Tiernok? Have I done well, lady? Are you pleased? Did I...
You have served your purpose.
But I have so much more to give.
And now, fateless one, you shall serve yours. yourself to me. Give yourself to me. Shall be your tomb. Shall be your tomb. must come. All three.
How could we have known that this would be a new beginning? I wonder now if we should have foreseen this outcome, but who knew then what fate would bring? I would have liked to have delivered this message in person, to see you one final time. That, however, would have been complicated. The order to which I belong had other plans. Were you ever to leave the crystalline fortress? When it comes to you, though, it seems no fate is written in stone. It was only through my assurances that your silence could be counted upon that either one of us still draws breath. I trust you will not make of me a liar. Were stories of what we have seen to begin to surface in the inns and taverns of Amalur, I would be asked to seek you out. And as we both know, the next time you die, there will be no return. But let us not speak of this. Your life is your own. Go now, and see what fate may bring you, or what fate you may bring. Perhaps one day in happier times, you and I will meet again. Until that day, I remain yours, Aelin Share.
Well, well, awake at last. You gave us quite a scare. But you're here and the war's all but over. So who are we to complain? I was hoping you could tell us. Sidon and I were fighting a few remaining stragglers when all of a sudden they started this unholy wailing. I guess you must have killed Gadflow, because the Tuatha started screaming and ran away. There are still a few diehards, but they don't have the fire in them, you know? Wasn't much longer before Aelin showed up carrying you over her shoulder. Told me to watch over you, make sure you were okay. She left some kind of note for you, but I know better than to read a private message from the likes of her. There are still Tuatha who refuse to surrender, but yes, the war is ended. You should have seen the parade in Rathir. As for what's next, well, that's a tough question. See, a lot of the soldiers asked me for readings after the fighting ended, and try as I might, I can't see a fate for any of us. Tyrnok, you don't expect me to think that Gadflow's god was real, do you? No. No, impossible. Whatever happened down there, though, it changed everything. At least for now. First she works with us, then she betrays us, then she saves your life. I admit I don't know what to make of that woman, but I feel like we owe her. Not that I'd know how to find her, or pay her back, for that matter.
Good morning, sir. Good to see you up and out of your quarters. This here is the lower hall of the Orbicant. The Council has granted this rare honor in light of all you've done for us, for all of Alfar kind. They have also allowed me to offer you access to the reserve armory, if you would care to have a look. I do hope your stay has been restorative. The day finds you well, I hope. Very good, then.
We've all heard what you did out there. Thank you.
I don't believe my eyes.
I am Elund. I will listen. Go with us at his blessing.
It is you, then. I hope you're well.
Good evening, my lord.
Captain Talibor?
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Look with your eyes, buy with your
This is
hands.
just too expensive.
Curios, talismans, items of power. Mages worth their salt, buy from Leogriffs. So long. Students of magic, masters of spells.
City Watch. I have heard report of the Arbogast affair. Your help was much appreciated. An inquiry shall look into how he got so far without notice. I am as grateful for your help as I am ashamed of our lapse in this case. I believe the old man employed powerful magic to avoid detection. Goodbye.
I've thought about searching for treasure in that nearby Arathi ruin Agner Farhall, but they say it's overrun with...
What? What do you need? I'll be here.
Damn Red Legion!
For the mountain god!
The Tuatha taint my house and twist our power.
You're always welcome in the House of Sorrows. The woman who betrayed you and saved you in the same day. She would have made a good fae. And maybe she makes a better mortal. We are the remains of the Winter Fae. Refugees from the capital of Bale. Outcasts from the houses. And those who escaped Prismia Blades. The Tuatha have taken our court and our birthrights. And for that, we will take their lives to restore a balance once again.
The god seeks your sacrifice. Feed the mountain god.
prepare to be sacrificed, mortal. Another offering for God's love. I wish to taste your fear.
And so, instead of an arcane age, Gadflow would have an endless winter. Not the winter of the Fae, but of Tyrnok's making.
Gadflow has seen the visions of annihilation, of a blissful void across the world. It is not the will of Own, but against nature. The ageless decay of our people has become a weapon against yours. You, the Deathbringer and Siegebreaker, the usurper of fate and twice born, must become the Godslayer.
By Lyria, it was you who stood against Baelor when Telera fell. Fortune favors me today. I am commander of the Ariad. Do you bring word of my reinforcements? The ash covering the ground ahead is all that remains of my men. All fallen in our assault on that path. The Tuatha have built a gauntlet of spell-casting sentries who greeted our every advance with fire. Who says I am? Who says you are? This is Shadow Pass, youngling. Maybe we're all, but I swear, whether I am dead or not, my spear will taste the blood. I will make them pay the butcher's bill for what they... I understand. You have done enough for our cause. After the Baelor, well, no one could reasonably ask for more. I was a scout under Telera's command when Baelor was first unleashed upon us. I witnessed with these. For what you have done, friend, you'll never have to buy your own ale. I'll be here.
Hello? Praise Lyria! Welcome to Camp Moondown. Are you with Captain Ancilla's company? We need soldiers, not heroes. Without help, we won't last. Still, any help is something. Will you lend a hand? Each Tuatha attack is bigger, more brutal than the last. We need Please come back when you can. Goodbye.
Please, please, we are in need of healing.
How can I help you?
Hello. It is the hero of Melson Shear. Care to take a look at my wares? Another time, then.
Again. Did you require healing, or perhaps you wish to... join me under the tower for other activities? It was difficult to conduct my research in Rathir. Even with all the rats provided by the Wending, people started to ask questions. I felt it would be easier to conduct my work here. With so much death, it is easy to believe that most will not survive their wounds in the hospital.
You there, halt! Going to make trouble, are you? Die, villain!
How dare you!
Good to see you back again. Mooncamp's a different place now under Grimm's reign. Good riddance.
Need to do any trade? I have some items for... sale, or I can buy if you're looking to fence some item. Come again.
The House of Ballads is no more.
Hallam the White will not bother us. He is a relic of an era when the Summer Court reigned in these Greenlands. Now all of them are ours.
Such events were not unknown to me, mortal. I have foreseen your...